Hello, my name is Mariana and this is a reading today for Scorpio. So Scorpio, as always, I'm doing this reading with my own deck, so the cards that you'll see are from this deck. Um, so Scorpio, let's be let's be honest. This is not going to be an easy reading, to be completely fair, completely honest. But I feel like either you knew that this was coming, or you were sensing that this big declutter or this big crumbling moment was inevitable. And more than that, it's necessary and helpful. Okay, so I feel like you are, or either you are in a crumbling moment, or you are about to step into a crumbling moment, just because the opening card of your reading is the Tower card. And it's funny because when I was shuffling, the Tower kept showing up at the bottom of the deck, right? When I was shuffling and preparing the cards. So it's almost like, so this was, the first sign for me that you knew that this was coming up. There was premonition, there was intuition, there were signs or synchronicities showing you in a subtle way, perhaps at first, that this tower would crumble at some point, right? And so yes, this crumbling moment is coming through, with the traditional meaning of the Tower card, but associating with what I usually see or what I usually feel from this card, which is, a sacred place, a safe place above all. I feel like it's like maybe this crumbling could be an incredible insecure moment for you, or maybe a moment where you feel unstable and unsafe, right? So I feel like there is no way that you can avoid, or that you can hold on to an old structure, because there is purpose, and the Wheel of Fortune is here. I'm going to show you in a second, but there is a reason why this crumbling moment is happening for you. And I want to say, the signs that you were seeing or that you were receiving, Scorpio, that were showing to you that this was coming, was to prepare you in a sense, or was to show you that there is nothing that you could do or to control this from happening, right? It's like you don't have to feel unsafe because this is crumbling. You don't have to let fear creep into you, right? It's like you were given maybe, intuitive signs, or like just premonitory visions that this could unfold, just so you know that what is important from this, it's like the outcome that is going to come into place once this crumbling is over, is that you are going to be able to see with the Four of Pentacles the core that was structuring, that was sustaining this tower, right? So whatever was giving you stability, or the sensation of stability, or whatever was providing you with this safety, right? Or maybe the perception that inside this tower you would find safety, you would find security. It's almost like those perceptions are crumbling together with the walls of the tower, right? Because you need to assess, you need to pay attention to the core, to the foundation, to the pillars that are on the ground, on the basis, right? What was giving you the sensation that you had stability? What was giving you the notion that inside these walls you were safe, right? This is exactly what was, it's like what was giving you the ground, right? Giving you the solidity. But it's almost like until this is put down, or until the walls are gone, until this structure is no longer there, you couldn't see the foundation. You couldn't see this basis, right? The four pillars, the four cornerstones that were giving you the, it's almost like the illusion that you had stability, that you had safety, right? And the purpose of this crumbling moment for you, Scorpio, is not only that you have to assess your foundation, but with the Hierophant card coming next, and this card is coming through as very patronizing or very imposing of their energy, right? It's like it's a major arcana, it's Hierophant. It's like they know their power. They know how to use their power. They're coming through as like an energy, maybe manipulative, but it's almost like they had a lot of influence over your foundation. So this is exactly why this is showing up, I want to say, here in your reading today, Scorpio, is because if the tower didn't crumble, you wouldn't be able to see what was influencing your foundation. And more specifically, I want to say, who was ruling over your foundation. And I don't feel like this is you, Scorpio. I feel like this is another. And maybe you were giving your power away without even knowing, just because what you wanted was safety, was stability. But you didn't know that this one was controlling the foundation of your life, right? You just knew that you wanted to feel safe and sound inside these walls. But when you no longer have these walls, it's like it's impossible that you won't be able to see who was ruling over this terrain, over this land, right? It's almost like maybe this is the moment where you become aware, or you are able to perceive that this, it's like the intentions, the true intentions of the Hierophant over your land, over your foundation, over your basic structures, right? It's like the structures of your life. It's like they were interested in them, right? Or maybe they were ruling them, right? Maybe in a way that you didn't know because you were just not able to see it, but now you are. So it is incredibly uncomfortable, but you saw it coming, right? Not only with what I said already about the Tower card showing up in the bottom of the deck, while I was shuffling, but here with the Wheel of Fortune, this is even more clarified. And I feel like, okay, so there is something really interesting in these three cards together, because see here, it's like this is the frame, right? This is it's almost like this is the blueprint, or this is the external boundary, or this is like it's like the outline. That's the word, the outline, right? And how this Hierophant was interested in shaping this frame, or working within this frame, right? It's like, or manipulating this frame, is with this very, I want to say, traditional, maybe conventional, or maybe imposing rules, imposing set of beliefs, right? It's like a very dogmatic kind of structure, right? This is how they were planning to fill up your frame, your foundation. But with the Wheel of Fortune here, it's like the cosmic tracing, or it's like the rightful filling up of this frame, or tracing up of this blueprint, is not following these rules, but these rules, right? It's like, it's not so black and white. It's almost like it has another configuration, it has another orientation, it has another angle to it, right? That it's completely different from the rules of the Hierophant, right? It's like maybe this is talking about like religious rules, or maybe this is talking about human rules, or you know, just limited rules, conventional rules. And this is talking about limitless rules, or like cosmic, like a cosmic web kind of thing, right? That has a different dynamic, a different organic dynamic to fill up the foundation of your life. So it's like you are getting a redesign of your foundation, but it has to come down to the level of the foundation so that you see this clearly, right? Who was trying to overimpose their rules, or who is, you know, truly meant to guide this foundation, right? Or to redesign this frame of your life, right, Scorpio? So I feel like this is, I want to say, because everything seems to be crumbling, you are getting to the bottom of things. You are seeing your foundation for the first time, maybe in a very clear way, or maybe in a very open way, that you need some time off for yourself, some quiet time alone, just so you can process. With the Hermit card coming next, you know, another major arcana, and this is like the time that, you know, the universe is giving you, Scorpio, so that you can, with all of the inputs, right, with all of the informations that you are receiving, once you are seeing clearly who the Hierophant is, who the Wheel of Fortune is, what it is that was, you know, governing your foundation, like what is your true foundation, what are your bases, what is like this structure that is fundamentally like the pillars that you were finding, that you were growing upon. It's like you were living upon those rules, right? But you weren't aware that these rules were being set by another person, right? And now that you see all of that, it's like there is a lot to process, and it's like it's going to be more than okay. It's almost like this is necessary, that you take some time off, that you just, you know, you go on a retreat, or you go on like a trip on your own. You know, maybe this is like an internal trip, like you really are doing some internal work, you know, inner assessment, because you will have to deal with a lot of maybe uncomfortable truths, right? You will have to, it's almost like you will have to go through all of this information in detail, I want to say. It's like, now that you have seen so much that wasn't accessible to you, right? It's like now you have to study this. Now you have to piece them together, but you have to allow yourself time so that you can, you know, piece this puzzle together. Especially because when you do, with the Five of Pentacles, you will see something that you weren't able to see before. So, you know, remember, when this tower crumbles, you are left with the Four of Pentacles, meaning it's almost like there was a vacant space in your life, meaning maybe you weren't so aware of your own power that there was this opening space for somebody as powerful as the Hierophant to see an opportunity and take over, right? It's like they saw that there was a vacant spot, and they were interested in ruling over there, right? So here, when you go inward, when you set yourself, it's almost like your tower has crumbled, right? So maybe, I'm not saying this, you know, in a easy way, but maybe you lost something that was everything to you, right? Maybe something that was really giving you safety. Maybe we're talking about a house, maybe we're talking about a job, maybe we're talking about, you know, a parent or something very structural in your life, right? And you no longer have that. It's like you are left with maybe, you know, 4 different things that resemble the old structure but are really like the cornerstones, right? And when you take this along with the information about the Hierophant, along with the information about the Wheel of Fortune, which is like a different way of using those cornerstones, right? And you assess them, you have the opportunity to see yourself differently in that same foundation, right? But now you are in it, because it's like you only saw that you were entering this tower, but you weren't really there when it crumbled, right? But this wasn't obvious before. This was only obvious later, right? After it went down. And so when you go to camp, right? When you have no home and you have to live in your car for a couple of days, or you have to camp in somebody's, in a friend's house, or, you know, in a family member's house. It's like you are not in your place, but yet you are exactly where you need to be, like in the internal space, so that you, with what was left of that foundation, you take it from the hands of the Hierophant that was only interested in using those foundations for their own benefit, right? It's like to rule over your own foundation, Scorpio. And so you are now, it's almost like now you are occupying your rightful place with those foundations, right? And when you do so, you are seeing yourself in a new way, ending here with the Knight of Swords. So this card came through with a very simple word, but one that is extremely profound, because I feel like it's like the process that you are undergoing in this hermit mode, right? And when you see yourself inside this new place, or you are taking ownership of what is rightfully yours, right? It's like you are rethinking a lot. So this card came through with the word, there is a lot to rethink, right? Rethinking or resetting of your mind, right? Or maybe resetting of your own mindset of who you are and where you belong, right? And what it is that truly is like your space, your cornerstones, your true foundation, right? This is like the basis that you need to not only rethink about yourself, but also rethink about how you're going to rebuild yourself, Scorpio. So I'm going to pull more cards for you, Scorpio, and see where this is going. But also I'm going to pull from the astrological runes in the extended reading. So if you want to join me there, I'll be happy to see you. If not, I'll see you next time. Okay, bye.